On the very edge of a sun-warmed meadow, where the grass leaned and whispered to itself, and the clouds drifted like slow, thoughtful ships across the sky, there lived a bumblebee named Bristlewick. Bristlewick was not an ordinary bumblebee. He did not simply buzz from flower to flower and then return home. No. Bristlewick believed, with all his fuzzy little heart, that the meadow depended on him. Every morning, before the dew had even finished sparkling on the petals, Bristlewick was already awake. He would stretch his wings, buzz them softly, and say, in a small but solemn voice, "Today will be a busy day." Because to Bristlewick, every day was a busy day. The meadow itself seemed to wake more slowly. The daisies yawned open, one by one. The ladybugs rubbed their tiny eyes. Even the breeze took its time, drifting lazily through the tall grass. But Bristlewick? He zipped into the morning like a spark. First, he visited the lavender patch. "Good morning, sweet flowers," he said, as he dipped and hummed and gathered golden dust on his legs. Then, he rushed to the sunflowers. "Don't worry," he told them. "I'm here." After that, the clover field. "I won't forget you," he promised. He believed it was his job to greet everyone, to help everyone, to make sure nothing in the meadow felt left behind. And because of that, Bristlewick rarely stopped moving. The other bees noticed. So did the butterflies. And even the old, wise turtle who lived near the creek lifted his heavy head one morning and watched Bristlewick zoom past. "If you stay still," Lenara said, "the web will let go of you." Bristlewick froze. The web loosened. One thread slipped away. Then another. Soon Bristlewick was free. He floated there, breathing in little puffs. "Thank you," he said. Lenara smiled. "You move very fast," she observed. Bristlewick puffed up proudly. "I have to," he replied. "Everyone needs me." Lenara tilted her head. "Even you?" she asked. Bristlewick blinked. He had never thought about that. He began. But the more he moved, the more tangled he became. "Oh no," Bristlewick whispered. He fluttered. He twisted. His heart began to beat fast. The meadow seemed very big all of a sudden. Very quiet. That was when a soft voice floated through the air. "Hold still, little one." Bristlewick looked up. Hovering nearby was a moth named Lenara. Her wings were pale and silver, like moonlight made soft. She moved slowly, gently, as if the air itself were something precious. Another place that needed him. By the time the afternoon stretched long and golden, Bristlewick's wings began to feel heavy. Not very heavy. Just a little. Like they were wearing tiny backpacks filled with sand. He slowed. Only for a moment. Then he shook himself and kept going. That was when something unexpected happened. As Bristlewick dipped into a patch of bluebells near the edge of the meadow, his wing brushed against a thin spiderweb strung between two stems. He gasped. The web clung to him like soft, sticky lace. He wiggled. He buzzed harder. "That little one is in a hurry," the turtle murmured. But Bristlewick did not hear. He was already gone. By midday, the sun sat high and round in the sky, like a glowing coin. The meadow shimmered. The air felt warm and thick, like honey. Most of the creatures found shade. The rabbits rested under a low bush. The birds tucked their beaks beneath their wings. The butterflies floated slowly, barely flapping at all. But Bristlewick kept going. He buzzed. He zipped. He zigzagged from petal to petal. "Just one more," he told himself. "Just one more, and then I'll rest." But there was always another flower. Another leaf. It tried resting too. And smiled. One day, a storm rolled into the meadow. The sky darkened. The wind grew loud. The flowers bent low. Bristlewick and the others hurried to shelter. Inside the hive, it was warm and dim. The rain tapped gently against the walls. Drip, Drop. Drip. Bristlewick listened. He felt calm. Not rushed. Not worried. Just present. When the storm passed, the meadow smelled fresh and new. Bristlewick flew out slowly. He saw how the rain had washed the dust from the leaves. How the petals shone. How the air sparkled. He realized that if he had rushed, he might have missed it. How big it was. How steady. How it kept going. Even when he didn't. The next morning, Bristlewick woke to the same sparkling dew. The same golden light. The same whispering grass. But something was different. He didn't rush. He stretched. He breathed. And instead of saying, "Today will be a busy day," he said, "Today will be a good day." He still visited the lavender. He still hummed to the sunflowers. He still promised the clover he wouldn't forget. But between each flower, he paused. Just for a moment. And in those moments, he listened. To the wind. To the birds. To his own gentle buzz. Bristlewick felt his wings stop buzzing. His heart slowed. Just a little. Then Lenara said, "Sometimes, helping the meadow means helping yourself." Bristlewick looked at his dusty legs. His tired wings. He nodded. Not because he fully understood, but because it felt true. After a while, he lifted off again. But this time, he flew slowly. He noticed things he had never seen before. The tiny freckles on a mushroom's cap. The way sunlight turned a droplet of water into a tiny rainbow. The quiet hum of the grass. By evening, the sky turned soft and pink. Bristlewick headed home to the hive. The other bees were gathered, sharing stories of their day. "You're late," one of them teased. Bristlewick smiled. "I was resting," he said. The word felt strange, but good. That night, as the stars peeked out one by one, Bristlewick lay curled in his little space in the hive. His wings still. His heart is calm. He thought about the meadow. But the words did not come. Lenara drifted closer to a nearby leaf and rested. "The meadow will still be here," she said softly. "Even if you pause." Bristlewick glanced around. The flowers swayed. The clouds drifted. The sun glowed. Everything was still moving. Even though he had stopped. He hesitated. Then, slowly, he settled onto the same leaf. It felt cool beneath his feet. Comforting. Like a quiet sigh. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The wind whispered. A bird chirped far away. That night, Lenara found him resting on a tall blade of grass. "You learned," she said. Bristlewick nodded. "I'm still busy," he replied. "But I'm not lost in it anymore." Lenara smiled. The moon rose. The stars listened. And the meadow breathed. Far away, a child lay in bed, listening to the quiet hum of the night. Maybe they did not know about Bristlewick. Or Lenara. Or the whispering grass. But somewhere, deep inside, they felt the same gentle truth. That even in a world full of buzzing and moving and doing, there is always time. For a quiet day. For a slow breath. For a place to land. And so, in the soft glow of the moon and the steady heart of the meadow, Bristlewick rested. Ready for tomorrow. Not because it would be busy, but because it would be full. Full of moments. Full of noticing. Full of gentle, golden pauses. And that, he had learned, it was just as important as any work he could ever do.